Throughout his military career, Sergeant First Class Dana Bowman put his life on the line as a Green Beret. As part of the Special Forces unit, Dana served on scuba, halo, and sniper teams in intense combat situations. But after 15 years, he was ready for a new challenge. He wanted to become a member of the U.S. Army's elite parachute team, the Golden Knights.
They practice aerial demonstrations all over the world, 50 different states and 45 different countries. Goodwill ambassadors, good speakers, good jumpers. They land right on target, and they perform for our United States military.
Before long, Dana fulfilled his dream and became part of this prestigious unit.
Now I'm on the best parachute team in the world. Well, once a year, the Golden Knights practice in Yuma, Arizona. It's practicing for their upcoming show seasons. And we go out there and do about 150 jumps together, and we kind of pick the teams. The maneuver that myself and my partner were to perform was called the Diamond Track. Two jumpers exit the aircraft at right around 12,500 feet. They fly away from each other, gaining speeds of right around 150 miles an hour. As they exit the aircraft simultaneously, they pull their smoke canisters that's connected to their left legs. Now the spectators on the ground can watch the beginning of this air show. They continue to fly away from each other, still gaining the speeds, and then they have to, pre-designated altitude, have to turn around 180 degrees and fly back towards each other. So these split seconds and the weights, they all have to be precise because you have to try to make a perfect diamond in the sky.
On February 6, 1994, Dana and his partner Sergeant Jose Aguilan attempted the Diamond Track over the skies of Yuma, Arizona.
We're flying back towards each other to finish the bottom half of the diamond. And you're supposed to cross safely at an altitude of right around 35 to 4,500 feet, around 20 feet away from each other. And as I looked up, I seen for a split second that I knew we were going to collide. You know, I could see his eyes. I could see the distress in his face, and believe it or not, he stuck one of his arms out, and he went to veer off to the left, and we were so close that his right arm caught my legs.
Oh, they hit. They hit, my God, they hit.
Jose was in a free fall to 750 feet when his automatic chute deployed, but it wasn't enough to save him, and he died 6 hours later. Dana's parachute opened on impact, and he landed in a parking lot. He wouldn't regain consciousness for 2 days.
After I woke up in the hospital, my buddies, my teammates were right there, and they said, Dana, Jose died. And on top of that, you lost both of your legs. And I looked down, and believe it or not, we don't really think about it, but when you're in bed, you pull the sheets up, your feet are underneath, you can see them. There was nothing there.
As if the loss of his legs and his best friend weren't enough, things got worse.
And I was just like, everything was crumbling down around me. Why was this happening to me? And then the military came up and said, we want you to sign these papers. The Veterans Administration is now going to take over, and you're going to be discharged from the military. And I didn't want to be discarded. So many people in the world are discarded because of what? Their disabilities, their abilities. You know, let's show them what we can do. And I did.
But Dana didn't give up. Armed with a firm resolve, his bond with the Golden Knights, and a pair of state-of-the-art prosthetic legs, Dana took action.
I was in the hospital in Walter Reed Army Medical Center, and I ended up sneaking out one weekend, and I went back down to North Carolina and made my first jump. And I leapt out of that aircraft not really knowing if I could do this or not. But I had faith that I could do this. You know, this is all about faith. This is all about believing and moving on and showing people what you can do, and I did it.
Dana's successful jump was enough to convince the Pentagon that there was still a place in the military for Sergeant Dana Bowman. Just 9 months after his accident, Dana became the first double amputee to re-enlist in the United States Army. And he did it in style. Another parachute jump with the Golden Knights.
I could still march. I could still jump. I showed them. I had to show everybody. You know, my story. Maybe a story of inspiration, drive, esprit de corps, teamwork. It's all in there.
In 1998, Dana retired after an 18-year career in the U.S. Army, but he hasn't slowed down a bit. He can frequently be found snow skiing, water skiing, and scuba diving, and he has more than 500 parachute jumps since his accident.
There's a lot of obstacles out there that we have to overcome and to show people that we can still continue on. So we have to do the best we can.